So a lot of our parents come to us, they have bought the materials, they've already set up some shelves, they have tried out some Montessori activities, tried giving some lessons, usually with quite serious intent.
Hmm.
And, not to say that they're not doing a great job. They're like following all the
Sure.
things and they're really in the process of learning, but something is causing them to just get stuck. And they start to question, like, is Montessori just not for everyone? Is it
Yeah.
not for my child? Or is it not for me? Am I doing something wrong? I don't care. This isn't working. And it's like the last straw, like last attempt to try and fix things before they just give up completely.
Hmm.
And this makes me so sad because Montessori is amazing and most people are just overlooking the method.
That's right. It's actually this one crazy trick.
It really is. It really, really is the biggest mistake. And from the very beginning, when we started teaching courses online, back when you were working full time in the office, parents would be coming to me, and this is the first thing I would say in our very first live coaching session together. I would say, like, are you following the method? And inevitably, most like 90% of the parents would say, the 10% who are like, yes, this is just a fun extra course for me, and be like, okay, you guys are doing
Yeah.
great. But like the 90%, they would say, I'm actually not clear on what the method is, like when it really comes down to it. And so after our primary course, or in the case of the lower elementary course, many of them, I would say 90%, have like a huge epiphany and things just start to click.
Yeah. We've talked a bunch about this in the past, how we get confused, or um,
We as parents,
we
or
as parents, the collective we who are engaged in Montessori, a lot of us will go and buy the materials, will buy things that say Montessori on it, stuff. And I don't think I don't think it's with bad intention. I
oh my
think
gosh, it's never the parents' fault.
that's right. Because I think the method, it is both deceptively simple and deceptively complex at the
Right.
same time. And I think because, to your point, as parents could feel overwhelmed, they look to the materials to help get them through it.
Right.
But really, the only true solution is to learn the method,
Right.
which is very doable. You
Yeah.
can definitely learn the method. It doesn't take years and years and years and years of study. You can learn it well enough that you can apply it at home within a matter of days or weeks.
For sure. Yes. Yes,
So,
for sure. Um, so there are keys that once you start implementing, everything just starts to fall into place. And I'd like to talk a little bit more about why this problem exists. And
mm,
I think it has to do with the directives that we give, like follow your child. You should
yeah.
follow the child. It's kind of nebulous, right? Like, what exactly does that mean to follow the child? Or we say observe, and we talked a lot about that last time. Like, what exactly am I doing while I'm observing?
Hmm.
Um, and there are just these phrases we use, like you should present your lessons to your child. But what does that mean to actually present a lesson to your child? A lot of people end up thinking that it means like giving this very overly prescriptive lesson,
Hmm.
that and we have this idea that the perfect Montessori child is supposed to sit very, very quietly and be totally entranced during like a long 10-minute lesson that
Yeah, it will never
a
not,
teacher or
like,
a
never
parent
get
gives.
bored or never not be interested in the lesson at
Right.
hand. Yeah, you're right. It's so interesting. They feel contradictory in a way. And
Yes.
it lends themselves to these sort of more, I don't want to say extreme, but more purist or
Strict or
strict. Like, for
structured.
example, follow the child could lead one to unschooling,
It could.
right? but also giving the lesson and following the procedure could lead one to a very strict kind of rote approach.
Right. And the truth is,
which are completely opposites, right?
it's neither of those things. But also there's there's like a constant balancing act,
Mm.
right? And so parents are really trying to walk the line between like, I'm mommy and I'm also teacher guide.
Oh, right.
And, here we are as a family sitting around, and like, I need 5 minutes to myself. So here, watch some Bluey while I go into the kitchen and do my thing, right? And so like very kind of relaxed feel to like, okay, now it's lesson time and we're gonna, give this exact thing and you're gonna pay attention, right? And in Montessori, like the truth is, it is a very simple method anybody can learn, but you have to be willing to allow yourself to make mistakes and allow your child to show you what they need next.
That's right.
And
it is a relationship. It is
yes,
grounded in the relationship between you and your child, or if you are in a classroom, you and the students. But, since we are mostly talking to homeschooling parents, it's about adding a new dimension to the relationship you have with your children, right? You already have the parent relationship, you have other sorts of relationships that are kind of manifest within that. And when we choose to homeschool, we're adding another dimension to it, and it works just the same way. The strength of the Montessori method is built on the relationship between you and your child.
that's right.